On my last video, I went over the four key principles of the universe. The four key principles that you need to focus on when it comes to creating your reality, right? Today, I want to go over what I believe to be the most important key principle out of the four. Follow along. So, I believe that alignment out of the four key principles is the most important of the four key principles, because alignment is the body of work that you need to do to operate in that frequency of that reality, right? So the more alignment work you do, ultimately is the more that you operate in the frequency of that reality. Sometimes though, we may have programming that we are operating in that may make it a little bit more difficult for us to operate in that reality, right? For us to make that reality come true. I'll give you an example. Say, for instance, you're trying to create a reality where maybe you're trying to start a business, right? And everything that you do seems to fail, like it's not working. A lot of times when you see that, you may be operating in a programming in your subconscious where you may be equating having your own business or having your own thing with something negative, right? Or let's say, you're trying to become rich, right? Let's say you want to do day trading, or you want to do, real estate, and, you're trying to become rich, trying to make a lot of money. But, you keep, for whatever reason, you keep sabotaging yourself. The vast majority of the time, and I'm not saying that this is every single time, but the vast majority of the time, you're probably operating in a programming that's telling you that, like, say, for example, if you believe that money is the root of all evil, or if you believe, like, more money, more problems, right? Even though that's a subconscious belief, you're not thinking about that right then and right there. But because that was a programming that you believed along the way, that may still be operating in your subconscious. So the best thing that you can do, if you've seen that everything that I'm doing is not working, is start asking yourself questions. Why is it that I'm everything that I try, I seem to sabotage myself, or it doesn't work out for me? Right? The more you ask yourself these questions, is the more, ultimately, like, the universe will start giving you those answers. One thing that I believe, one thing that I believe is that the more you train yourself to ask yourself questions, is the more you start getting those answers from within. Now, you may ask, Terry, why is that important? Why are you showing people these truths? Why are you showing people these things? Four key principles to the universe, doing alignment work, focusing on the subconscious. The reason being is because I want people to realize that there are programmings that we operate in that can ultimately be the reasons why, when we're trying to do something positive in this life, it's not working out for us, right? You may be operating in a programming that is contradicting whatever it is that you're trying to do. So I want people to see that ultimately it's not necessarily your fault. Well, it is, but it's not necessarily your fault that if something is not working out, it's not necessarily because of an outside thing. A lot of times it's an inside thing, right? It's a inner thing. A lot of our most inner thoughts create the reality that we live in. So it's always best to focus inward and see what's going on within us, to figure out what's going on outside, why things may not be working for us on the outside.